When's your baby born?
December 14th to be exact.
I'm not sure if I read this yesterday, but 354, we'll just start with that one. It is only through meditation that one comes to realize that one belongs to God, that one is not without roots in existence, that one is not an orphan. Without meditation, one remains an orphan. That is the misery of man who has never known the taste of meditation. He feels afraid. He is continuously surrounded by all kinds of anxieties and fears. Anguish is there because he cannot see anybody protecting him. There's no security, nobody to look after him, and he seems so small compared to the universe. The universe is so vast, almost like an ocean, and he is just a dewdrop. The moment you understand that the ocean is not your enemy but your home, that you belong to it, that you are inseparably one with it, great rejoicing arises and you feel blessed. One is bathed in a new kind of light that goes on pouring from the beyond. Meditation is nothing but the art of opening up to the beyond, coming to terms with existence, of feeling at home, at rest. Use the mind when it is needed. It has its utility. It is a good machine, a Bible computer. It has all the memories, all the information, so whenever you need it, use it. But there is no need to allow it to cover you for 24 hours a day, day in, day out, year in, year out. It should be put aside when it's not being used. Consciousness should be allowed to reflect reality, then God is everywhere. Once your consciousness reflects that which is you know, God needs no proof. Only God is and nothing else. Every form is a manifestation of God. To know it is to rejoice, because that means there is no death, no misery, no darkness. One has arrived home.
Speaking on the first one we read, not the second one, I like how it explained, or when in depth, how we are part of the universe, and when you accept that instead of trying to resist it, you know, it's like being in an ocean, kind of like, I guess, go with the flow, like swim with the current instead of against it.
This is a new stretch that I like to do now. Like you put your knee here, and then you come down like this way. And then that's kind of like working on that front split development, focusing on the hamstring here. And that's kind of where I'm more tense. And this stretch will help. So we're going to add this in to our daily stretches.
So going into it, you come like...
No, because this one is different. You know how we're on our foot?
Right.
This one is more stretching here. This is for the middle splits. And even when you rock like this is still more for the middle splits.
Okay.
But once you put the knee down and you do this one, this is more for the front split.
Okay.
Because all you got to do the front split is extend that leg straight. And this one goes down, and this is where I'm weaker at, because I guess I don't do this one as much. Well, not I guess, I know I don't do this one as much. So we're going to start doing this one more. The whole of humanity is nothing but a crowd of somnambulous sleepwalkers. The moment you become aware, meditative, your lifestyle changes. You're no longer part of the crowd. You become an individual for the first time, and then out of awareness, many things disappear. All that is wrong withers away, and all that is right starts attracting you. It is no longer a question of choice. You need not choose between wrong and right. You spontaneously start moving toward the right. The wrong becomes impossible. You cannot stumble toward the wrong. You are so alert that it's no longer possible. Even if you want to do wrong, you cannot do it. You can only do right. Out of this awareness comes a beautiful discipline not imposed from the outside. Anything imposed from the outside is slavery. Anything that springs from your very being, that grows from your inwardness, has a beauty because it is free.
I totally blanked out that first part, but I caught try, you can't. Is that from freedom? Like I said, the first part kind of blanked out.
The moment you become aware, meditative, your lifestyle changes.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. All the religions of the world, the so-called religions, have been teaching a great contradiction. They say, renounce life, it is against God. Unless you renounce, you will not reach God. If you renounce, you will become a beloved of God. The contradiction is so clear. Even a child can see the contradiction. It is so ridiculous. If God creates life, He cannot be against it. I am not against life. I am all for it. And my sannyasins have to learn not to escape, but to live intensely, to burn their life's torch from both ends simultaneously. Even a single moment of total festivity is enough. You will have tasted eternity, and you have known what God is. Life is the manifest form of God, and celebration is His only prayer. Meditation needs a very determined heart. The wavering mind is incapable of going into meditation. It needs an unwavering perseverance because it takes time. For so many lives, we have lived non-meditatively that it has become almost our nature. The non-meditativeness surrounds us like a rock, and it has to be broken. And unless we break the rock, our inner nature will never manifest itself. So if one meditates one day and hopes to attain something and finds that nothing has been achieved, and drops the idea, then he will never be able to go into the world of meditation. It needs an absolute commitment. Whatsoever happens, irrespective of any results, I am determined to go into it, and I'm ready to wait, and I'm ready to risk all. The deeper the resolution and the greater the determination, the easier becomes the process. If the determination is total and the intensity is absolute, it can even happen in a single moment. It all depends on your intensity. It has to be a passionate love affair. One cannot just play around with the idea of it. It has to become one's life. I like that teaching because it's a symbol of the martial arts journey, I feel. You know, it's like training in martial arts. You just can't expect to just, train for 1 hour and then you mastered it, or you train for 1 day and you mastered it, like, it's like a whole life's work. You gotta be patient, just keep going at it, and the next thing you know, you're gonna be better. Even same thing with fitness, like if you can't even bench press the bar, and then you want to bench press 300 pounds in 1 day or 1 hour. It doesn't work that way, It takes time, patience. And people think when it comes to intellectuality or knowledge, they think that, I just read this book and then I got it, or, I just learned it and I got it now. It's like meditation is not like that. It's not like you just read this book, I went to one meditation, one meditation retreat, and then now I mastered it, I can start teaching now or whatever. It's just, that's not what it's like. It's like, it takes time, it takes commitment, and you gotta be on it. It's gotta be part of you. So that's representing the fitness here. You can't just get fit in 1 day. Some people might try to cheat, take drugs or whatever, but still, that's not the true way. In fitness and in combat, it takes time. Some people take longer than others. Some people are just more naturally coordinated, maybe genetically gifted, but it still takes time for them too. And meditation is the same way. So the school is represented by body, mind, and spirit. Body is the fitness, mind would be the combative tactics, spirit would be the meditation. And he's talking about meditation here, but it applies for all aspects. And it's a lifestyle. It's not something where, that's why I don't like people who are like, you want to do seminars and give out certifications, and people give out certifications to people online that never even met them before, and give out a certain seminar and give out certifications, and people think that it's just something, I just go to this 3-month retreat and then now I mastered this thing and now I'm certified. I don't see it that way. It's like a lifestyle, And that's how meditation is, that's how martial arts is to me.
I think the, what meditation has done for me is to know it's more about a journey than a destination.
Yeah.
And just knowing that learning just is beautiful in and of itself.
Yes.
Piggyback off your comment regarding certifications. I was actually talking to my wife about it. How we was talking about driving, and she's like, "Yeah, such and such jumped into traffic and did this." I'm like, "Well, it's either two things. The person wasn't aware of what they're doing, but I don't use that as an excuse. They should be aware of what they're doing because, according to the government, they're certified. They're certified in having a driver's license." So does that mean just because you have a certification that you're qualified? Like Sifu said, you know, it has to be a lifestyle. But, you know, once you get it, it's probably one of the worst things that can happen because there's no excuse for you once you have it. You should know.
Yeah, but there, you know, the base, that's like a foundational, just, it's kind of like, it's just a low standard, general certification that, but there's nothing that, there's no like grades to higher levels of proficiency in that area. You know, so it's like a general requirement, so it's just kind of like for example, like a food, all these businesses have a business license to operate, so all the restaurants out there have a business license to operate, because then they couldn't be in business legally.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that their food is the best, you know?
Yeah.
So the people, you can't say, oh, this restaurant's certified and that's restaurant certified. Oh, it's the same quality. No, it's like they go above and beyond to make the best food possible, so then people will come back. And that right there, it's like an art. It's not really, you know, something that can be certified. It's just something that you just know. Like, hey, you know, this restaurant, it's great food, you know. It's not even about certification at that moment. So, you know, just like, you know, general certification could be like, oh, you know, everybody, but say 90% of the population has a high school diploma. Some people might have a bachelor's. I mean, a lot of people then have, you know, after that they got, some people get bachelor's degree, people got PhD. But it doesn't mean just because the person's got whatever degree, or they don't have a degree, that it's going to automatically ensure success in life. You know, so, you know, from, you know, they say like Bill Gates like dropped out of college, and they keep trying to get him to go back, but you know, he's like the richest person in the world. He doesn't need, you know, like certifications to head towards his goals and be successful. Certifications could, you know, are there for a certain reason, for a certain purpose, but a lot of times they don't challenge the people that are capable of going beyond the certification, because that really can't be certified. Like you know, say the certification is, you know, we're talking about basketball, like say just to get into the NBA, just to be on the bench, you get a certification. Like, and that's not easy to get there, but it doesn't mean that you're the elite within that NBA just because you're in there. That's a different thing, you know. And in the martial arts and also in meditation, you know, you have to learn to progress without something that's going to be given to you for getting to a certain level. You got to get to the point where you can keep progressing without expecting anything, you know, in return, no matter it be some type of monetary thing or some type of symbol or recognition or fame. You have to just keep moving forward and appreciating the experience and the journey, as Samir was indicating. And then that's how you get to the highest level that you pretend that you have, that you can. You know, it's like somebody who, you know, he could still keep studying just as hard or even harder than the person who's studying to get the PhD, but say somebody gives him the PhD and he just burns it anyway. Like that's all Osho actually did. He got all these degrees and he just burned them all. Like this shit don't mean nothing. You know, like it's something beyond, you know, when you get to a certain understanding of certain things, and it's beyond the certifications, but there's going to be certain things that are required by government, like, you know, birth certificates, social security cards, and, you know.
According to Trump, you don't need a birth certificate to be president. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Yeah, but you know, just like you're working, you know, you need that special license, that CDL or whatever to drive certain things. And whatever the government's going to require certain certifications, you know. But art transcends all that. Just like you guys are talking about actors. Like, how are you supposed to certify somebody to be like a great actor? Like, you guys you appreciate certain actors because it's just, and you gravitate towards them for a certain reason. It's not a certification that they got. It's just something. You see it, you feel it, you know.
What I add on to what you just said is, I mean, they have a actors union, I'm sure, but
They do. SAG.
but instead of just acting, as far as validating somebody being a fantastic actor, is an Oscar, which, you know, that's neither here nor there. They don't really need the validation. There's plenty of great actors who've never gotten Oscars, but you know their work.
Yeah, but you know how it's like though. Like, just because somebody's popular doesn't mean that they're the best either.
Right.
I mean, you see a lot of artists out there that have, you know, like.
You didn't hear what I said. I'm sorry.
So glad you said that.
You said so glad I said that?
Yeah, I can't stand it. And my son loves his music, and I'm like, it's off.
I like some of his stuff. I'm not gonna hate on him. I like some of his songs. Like,
No, there's something, but
Yes.
it doesn't have a lot of soul or anything, right? I mean, it's just...
computers and sorry, Sifu. As I was saying.
Well, I'm just saying, we live in a world where it's not even really about talent anymore. A lot of it is just marketing.
Absolutely.
You know, like they just have a strong marketing team, and then you end up valuing talent that's not really talent. You know, but real talent a lot of times is hidden because, and it's just different, you know, because, and like that's what I'm saying, transcending certifications and popularity and all that, like it's just in you, you know.
Although I'll say, often, the purpose of certifications, I don't think is to say who's the best. It's often what is the minimum.
Yes.
Right? You just barely get over the hurdle. And so, at least you know, even when it comes to like college degrees, there's plenty of people who don't go to college who are way smarter than people who go to college. But if you're hiring someone, if you hire someone with a college degree, you know they have at least this. And after that, it's still a crapshoot.
That's a good way of putting it. You're absolutely right. Like you said, bare minimum is like, hey, which goes on to what I was saying earlier about accountability.
Totally.
You know this. Now, as far as beyond that, like you said, it's a crapshoot. But
Yeah.
bare minimum, you have this certification. You
Totally.
know for a fact, at least this person certified you. You should know.
Right. Well, it's like, right, it's like what you're talking about. I mean, even like, if you have a license to drive a bus,
Right.
that doesn't mean that you have the reactions to address everything that could happen on an average day.
I mean, in a real circumstance, no.
But you do get, the city, for example, has some cover, right? That we at least make sure everyone knows this.
Well, yeah, we're held accountable, and honestly, they hold us to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Which the bare minimum is like, hey, you've been trained, you know this should never happen.
Right.
Everybody, quote unquote, should drive the same, and we both know that doesn't happen.
It's not going to happen.
But
Not
what
to
you
the
guys
automation.
what you guys are indicating is more for business purposes,
Right.
which is understandable, but from an artistic purpose
Yeah.
standpoint, is irrelevant because it's
Totally.
art.
Totally.
You know?
Totally agree. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that. I don't think certification's for art,
Yeah.
right? I mean, art is just, art, as you said, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Because like
Shed light like Leonardo DiCaprio.
I have yet to watch all of Titanic. But I like Gangs in New York. Thought it was a dope movie.
I can't talk to him, man. He likes Creed.
Creed was a dope movie. You can't judge art.
I was almost gonna ban him from the school. Good thing I didn't spend money on the movie. Like, shit, I'm gonna deduct this. Add this to your tuition. Why am I paying more every month now?
How much did this movie cost? No, Ted. So yeah, I bought popcorn. I thought it was awesome.
I cannot believe you're going back. You had the perfect out right there. It was over. It was dead. I didn't see anything. Secret out and you just picked it right back up. It's like you're a masochist.
Like, do you realize what school you're at? Have you been to the meditation?
I haven't been to any class. There was a brand new trip right there. Get demoted to kids classes.
Instead of having top student, bottom student.
A new category invented just for Shed. Shed movie technique.
Brandon walked in like you a little Brandon.
Bottom student of the year.
You got a dim light on it. Just all
Like a flickering ball.
right.
Comes in and out.
Student of shame.
Okay, so we got title form that we could do. We got drills that we could do. We got Phoenix form.